Hey, so let's talk about the composite pattern. Now, the composite pattern is a really powerful pattern to work when you have tree-like structure on your application. And what I mean by tree-like structure is think about a real tree. You have root, right, which is the base of the tree where everything originates. You have branches, right? And from the branches we have leaves, right? We have leaves. So branches can have leaves, but leaves cannot have leaves. Kind of philosophical, but that's how it works. The composite pattern works just like that. We have roots, right? So we have roots, we have branches, and we have leaves, right? So roots can have branches and branches can have leaves, but leaves cannot have leaves. So branches could have multiple leaves, and we can also have multiple branches here. So that's how it works. And if you think about it, you can see that this same scenario could be applied in different aspects or problems that you may have. The only difference is that instead of having branches here, we have something that they call a composite or a composite class. So a composite class can have multiple children. So if you take this, let me just give you an example. If we take the same pattern and we copy it, you will see that we could have something like file system, and the file system has folders, right? Has folder, and the folders could have files, right? The files cannot have children, but the folders can have children, right? So we can have a file here, we can also have another file, or we can even go further and say that we have a folder can have a subfolder, and so on and so forth, right? So we could have a file here and also a file here. So you can see that this is actually applied in different, or could be applied in different scenarios, right? And the example that I want to give you today is of a wish list, right? So we could have a wish list component. Normally they call like the base or the root they call a component. So we could have a wish list component which would act like as an interface. Then we have wish list composite, right? So we have wish list composite, and then we have products. So think about like the Amazon wish list. Wish list could have products, right? And we could have multiple wish lists by account, but I just want to focus on this structure right here. We have a wish list component, and the wish list component has a wish list composite, and then we have products. So let me just call that wish list, and that's how we'll structure the application. So let me open my VS Code here. Hey, so I have my VS Code open here, and the first thing that I want to do is to create the component class, which will act as an interface. So class wish list component, and the wish list component will actually have just one method for now. Let's call it get price. So basically for now I just want to get the price of the wish list, right? So the wish list will have products, and then we can just call get price to return the price of the items that we have on the wish list, right? So let's create the wish list itself, extends wish list component, and this is actually the branch or the composite aspect that I mentioned. And the wish list will have a constructor, and inside of the constructor we'll call the super, which will invoke wish list component constructor per se. And then let's actually create an array where we can keep track of the items that we have on the wish list. So this dot product equals an empty array, and we can add stuff to the wish list. We can actually add and remove, but I'll just do the add method for now, just so I don't overflow you with information. So add product, and add product to actually push stuff into the products array. Let me create the product, receiving the product, and then product. Now we will also have the get price method, which will return a reduction or reduce on the products array. So we have item, let's call it product, and then the total, and then we'll have total plus product dot get price, and let's start with 0. I think that's the correct, I think it's actually total and then product. Yeah, that's the syntax. And then we'll have a class called product, which also extends the wishlist component. And then we have a constructor, we'll receive a name, a price, and then this dot name equals name, this dot price equals price, and we'll have a method. Also, I need to invoke the base class, and then we'll have a get price. The get price will actually return this dot price. So we're all set up. Basically, we have this exact structure here, right? So basically what we'll do right now is to create the wishlist component or the wishlist. So wishlist equals new wishlist, and let's create the product. So I want to have, I don't know, maybe shirt, new product. Let's call this red shirt. So we have a red shirt with the price of $10. We'll have like a blue shirt, which costs $30, and then we'll have a, I don't know, an Xbox. And then the Xbox costs, I have no idea, I don't know, $300. And we'll have the Xbox here. And then we can add the products to the wish list. So wishlist dot add product, red shirt. Let's add the blue shirt, and also add the Xbox. So we should be all set here. If I call wishlist dot get price, it should return us the full price of the wish list. So console log wishlist dot get price, and this should actually output us 340. So basically we have 340 here. As you can see, it's correct, it's working. And if I don't know, let's say that the Xbox is super expensive, it's $1,000, you can see that it's correctly reflecting the value here. So that's pretty much the idea that I had. So you can see that we recreated that, and you can see that we have the wishlist component, which is this guy right here. We have the wishlist, which is this guy right here, and then we have the product. And you can see that the product cannot have child, only the wishlist itself can have child. So let's say this is the first wishlist. We can have other wishlists, right? So the user could have multiple wishlists. So second wishlist, and then we basically can follow the same second wish list. And then the second wish list could also have, let's say that it has the same products, but it also has a, I don't know, a white shirt. And the white shirt actually costs $50. So instead of an Xbox, it has a white shirt. And let's get the price of the second wish list. And if I open the composite here, you can see that we have 90. So basically it's 50 plus 40. So we have 90 here. You can see that that's the idea of the composite pairing. It's really straightforward, really simple. And we can have the same structure for other stuff. As you can see here, right? You can enhance this as much as you would like. You could add products, remove products, but the core idea is exactly this. You have root, which is this interface here. We have wish list, right? So in case of like a file system, would be folder or like branches. And then we have files, which are actually products here, and leaves, right? And we could actually copy and do this for a lot of stuff. Like we could have shopping cart, component, and so on and so forth. That's pretty much it. So have a good one.